Hello, hello, hello. Gonna do some recorded games here. The Athenian League. I am just getting things ready to go, and then we will go. So let us find these recorded games to download. Hopefully they all work correctly. Let's see. Oh, which one's first? That's game 5, I guess. One. Yeah. Download and download and download and download and download. We got them all downloaded. Need to find out where they all go. I should just create a shortcut or something. What's up, Nemo New? Games, Age of Mythology Retold, and replays. There we are. Okay, that was simple. Fire it up. Athenian League. There we are. Okay. Hope you're doing well, Nemo Noom. We are going to get into this very shortly, loading up the old Age Mythology. Right here, right meow. Oh my goodness, that's loud. I think I turned my sound down at one point on this audio mixer. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I cannot tell. Oh, replays. The unknown. Mm-mm. Does this look okay? I think so. Hello and welcome. Another recorded game cast of the Athenian League. We're in the playoffs. I'm not going to show the bracket because it's going to have spoilers, but we are going to be watching Jskillz versus Entropic. Entropic, not lost a series yet, as he moves into the playoffs. And Jskillz, also a pretty good player as well. Obviously, we aren't watching the top of the line players, but both these players are 1500-ish, give or take, so should be a pretty good match. And in the interest of very good time, we will just get right into our game. There may or may not be 5 games in this best of 5. And let's get started here in game number 1. So let's order up first our little chat box so it's not taking up too much room. As we are on the game 1, which will be the unknown, we will begin in the interest of time. Fast forward the archaic age because not a whole lot changes in the archaic age. I've got Entropic, the number 2 seed, over here in the blue. He's on the top left. Jskillz, I think he's like the 9th seed, something around there, supposedly. And he is Gaia. Thor versus Gaia. Let's make sure my settings are working. It looks like they are. And we have the unknown. So this map can kind of give you anything, though you still start with the standard berry pumpkins, whatever they are now. Your hunt and your chicken turkeys, since we are in the midst of the holidays event. That changes all of this stuff. Otherwise, I don't think there's a whole lot unusual with this map. Here, yeah, nothing too crazy. A pretty standard land map. 2 big cliffs. Here and here. And of course, just some useless pawns with absolutely nothing in them. And that's about it. We've got a little bit of an armory start for Entropic. If you're asking for a build for that, haven't the slightest idea. No clue at all. Going up with Leto. And hello, Mephiston. Good to have you here. Game 1 of this series. Now, I do know that Jskillz loves to spam out his automaton. I'm kind of wondering if maybe he's going to make some more oracles here. And we will now, we've reached classical age, we'll put it to the normal time period, or the time speed. And I'm not seeing a lot of oracles being made. In fact, I'm not seeing a lot of anything being made. It's almost like he wants to age up, or he's just grabbing a town center here in the back. Very defensive. This is a best of 5. The additional rule here is that once a player wins with a god, they cannot repick that god. The opponent still can. Just whatever you won with, can't use it again. So, you know, there's a kind of a intentional design behind that in the hopes of making the series overall a little bit closer, you know, because eventually you're going to be on what would probably be your 3rd best god and maybe playing the opponent's best god. So there's a few reasons for that. And of course, just to encourage variety as well. And I didn't want in this league for people to be able to ban like opponent's gods. I want people to be able to play with what they're comfortable with. He's putting up a great haul here. Really, it's kind of an awkward spot, this placement here. I mean, we can already see he's already got a couple idols. And I'm not a fan, generally, of building buildings next to forests. It's hard to get, you know, like a good side to it where, you know, there's going to be holes on different sides of the building like here. That's just going to cause some pathing issues for your units. Really, I'd rather it just maybe put one here and one here, and then, you know, you could just wall in a wall. But you could probably just wall this either, but doesn't really matter. It probably doesn't, but we're probably going to see what, raiding cavalry from Entropic. Floating a lot of resources here is Entropic. And of course, we've got our early 2nd town center with a few idle citizens standing next to it. Oh, it just gets the oracle before it hides. Would like to see some more oracles coming out for Jskillz here. The favor always very important. Yep, we're seeing raiding cavalry. We're getting, yeah, a semi-quick braggy here. So a bit of maybe like a timing attack. I don't know if Entropic knows about... Yeah, he doesn't even know there's a town center that's been grabbed back here. In fact, he hasn't even scouted the town center. He could maybe assume that there's a town center that's been grabbed. Maybe. Oh, she's gonna die, yeah. Watch out for this, leading them along the spiders. He tried not to get caught. Gets caught anyway. What's our relic here? Myth units are more resistant to pierce damage. That's something maybe Entropic would look at, but and I suppose if the Goaty come out, maybe you'd want to get them as Jskillz as well. Lots of dwarves here. Are we like a pure dwarf strat? Yeah, we are. Pure dwarves. And nothing else. Lots of hunt over here. Even got a couple bear. And then we've got all this to fall back on as well. We've got more spiders getting thrown by Jskillz. They were placed, okay, right here. Very defensive base he's got going on. He closed off this with these trees, though I don't think there's quite closed off, which is why he's building his manor. And yeah, now he's going forward with the mass. The masses of... Oh, I didn't quite get that. But he can do this because he knows that the fastest hero he's going to see is this one that moves at whatever totally not brisk pace. And now there's actually a little bit of a timing window for Jskillz right now where Entropic's put 1,300 resources into aging up and is now forward with all of his units and can't fight this. In fact, he can't even... Yeah, you can't use flaming weapons here. There's not enough units. So this is a nice little kind of timing for Jskillz here, where he's forcing out some really awkward fights. This is not a good fight for for Entropic. He's going to lose a lot of units here. I guess. Why did? Well, maybe the automaton are just dying. I guess. I would have thought that would have went better for the automaton. But apparently not. Oh, he doesn't have their upgrade. The upgrade would have been very helpful there. Gotta get on the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie with the 3 times, Pig with 2 times. You know, myth units kind of counter themselves, so to speak. But I think Jskillz could push this a little bit more. Maybe his better bet instead of pushing all the way here would be to attack this gold mine. Although I don't know if Jskillz knows that these villagers are here. I don't know if he ever quite scouted that. I would be tempted if I were him. I know he wants to keep this oracle kind of hidden and alive. Is to move it just a bit so he has line of sight of this gold mine. But I think Jskillz could have maybe kept pushing into this because there's not a big army by Entropic here. We got a nice little fight. Here's flaming weapons. I think Jskillz could just hold this. Behind this flaming weapons, yeah. There's just not enough units. And now we can come for the counter. Got some flaming weapons, Jarls that are just too scared to fight. And Jskillz is in a good spot here. Coming forward, he's gonna fight this. Kill a few raiding cavalry, the Jarl. And go. Now with the additional Jskillz just getting a little bit too far forward. I mean, the prize is this, and he just keeps running right past it, coming up here, and kind of missing some attack capabilities on these dwarves that are literally there all alone. This battle board will live forever too. You have just one hero, right? Just one hero. But there's only one battle board. So I guess he can live forever, which is cool and everything, but if everything else dies, what does it really matter? And now we do have a hero Marmillo right here. Yeah, nice little defense there, actually, by Jskillz. He did a good job of kind of a lot of his units ignoring the battle board. Now he's up versus Thea. We'll, I assume, use his tree somewhere right away. There it is. We'll get his 3 dryads, or 2 dryads, I guess. There's not a lot of Turman. Right now they are not firing at the... Okay, now they're moving forward to get on the throwing axemen. Battleboard getting taken care of. The Turma now are... Looks like they're all in on the... Not some good movement there. Oh, this army is going to get cleaned up. Ooh. That wasn't so red hot by Entropic. Not so good. And if you look at the villager count here, Jskillz has been at 2 town centers this whole time and has been defending successfully and even been on the aggression a little bit. Pushing Entropic off of the hunt was pretty important. Although really, he probably could have just stayed on these. But now the waves of units, there's just too many. I don't know if Entropic can defend against this. He's already used flaming weapons. He's about out of food in his base, which means a really awkward transition to farms. So I don't know what he's going to do. Because, yeah, there's literally no resources on this side of the map other than just a gold mine. Like, no food. I guess he's got a few cows. I do like, though, how Jskillz has basically just run right past this gold mine every time. Like, hasn't checked it. Knows it's there. But just isn't bothering to check. Instead is just coming up here to fight. Oh, now he's checking. They've been here this whole time. Lots of heavy Cantarius. These things have really good stats. And not very expensive either. 60 food, 40 gold isn't much for a solid cavalry unit. I don't think Entropic can hold this here. Dryads tank a lot of the throwing axemen, which don't really counter anything. Jskillz is going to run out, probably come onto this. Just, yeah, get on the hunt, or the gold here, you can kill every single dwarf. We'll kind of run right past him, I guess. Okay, we do have a few herdmen now. Maybe he could defend now. But we've got Arcus. Unupgraded Arcus, though. You kinda need your upgrades, especially the line upgrades, before you start making new units. It's like these Arcus just do so little damage. I mean, look how long it takes to kill this guy. Well, they're not even hitting their shots either. Okay, he did move his Oracle forward. But we're in a position where Entropic is just slowly getting pushed into his base. We now have line of sight of all the dwarves coming up here. So you just split off your Cantarius, send them up that way, and do what you got to do, and that's pretty good. Got for upgrades? Forgot. Oh, is he farming? Ooh, farming without any farming upgrades, though. That's a bit unfortunate as Gaia. Alright, so Jskillz will do, he'll push this bottom, or at least make a presence here, which would kind of force Entropic to dedicate some army down here, and will come raid with his Cantarius. Entropic should anticipate these coming up, but he doesn't have enough units up here defending. This will be a bit of a problem. Turn and fight? This heavy Cantarius, though, they take a lot of damage. Nice to get the hero Cantarius up here. And yeah, the dwarves have to go, and that's a win, a little bit of an upset win to start the series, where our first place player from one of the groups takes a loss in the first game. So let's update our score here quick. Give Jskillz his win. Let's take a look at the post game. I almost wonder if this age up timing is worth it, and maybe it's better just to make an army. Because he ages up with just so few units that he doesn't really have a power spike, you know? Like he's hitting age the age up with 12 units. The most he gets is to 20. He uses flaming weapons but loses that fight. So there's kind of a lack of a power spike here, which you kind of want if you're doing like a semi-fast heroic, where it probably would have been better just to stay classic and attack that way. Like economically, he's even at this point. It's still even for quite a while, despite being a town center down. Just lost that, kept losing, never massed an army. And we'll move on to game number 2. Why does it always go to multiplayer? Replays, game 2. Game 2 on what is this? Well, we've got a Ra War. Entropic in blue is Ra, Jskillz, and red is Ra. This has got to be Giza, right? Fast forward here. Get our monuments. This will tell me if it's Giza. It is. Already got our monuments, so similar builds here. Your monument and your monument. Yep. I kind of like what Entropic's doing a little bit better. Is get your wood first, so you can get your pickaxe. There's always going to be haters, Mr. Butcher. I have some suspicions on who you are. Always going to be haters. Don't let them get you down. We're not playing today. We're just watching it's a tournament that's been going on. I'm playing in it in the Final Four. Yes. And this is to get these Final Four on the other side of the bracket. So, we'll give these fine fellas the love that they deserve. As we fast forward the Archaic Age, because not a whole lot happens in the Archaic Age. I kind of want to know if they go up the same god. We've got Bast and we've got Ta, so a little bit of difference here, actually. So we'll definitely be doing slightly different strategies. We've got 9 goats for blue and just 6 for Jskillz. And we'll steal a few more goats. What kind of age up times are they getting? Kind of 4 minutes, 30 seconds. I should have a cup of water, though. My throat hurts a little bit. Alright, so we're going... Looks like Entropic is going for another one town center push here. He's going forward with the Sphinx first. And Jskillz, kind of like last game, is going for a defensive. Grabbing a town center, more economic. He should be empowering his town center with... It's Pharaoh. That Discord link might not work anymore. I would run past this. If I were in Entropic here, I would have just run to the villagers. I would have ignored the Wadget there and gone to the villagers. He probably could have killed a few. In fact, I would have really considered using Eclipse. Like, even before getting here to get the extra movement speed to rush in. I think with Eclipse he would have actually prevented the town center from going up. So, Ty's girlfriend, I do have... There is a site that has, like, all the group results and the brackets and stuff. The problem is, if you look at it, you would get spoilers from the brackets, because this series has already been played, where, we're back in time a little bit. Yeah, I would have liked to have done or seen the Eclipse. Getting another... Oh, I would have...
Great.
Would have stayed in there a little bit longer and killed that the Wadget. Because now, yeah, with the Pharaoh coming down, I don't know if there could be more damage. This priest is... He's left behind. Yeah, go tell Ties. You'll appreciate the information. Oh, in the meantime, though, Entropic's been making just a whole lot of spearmen. Another Sphinx has eaten all his berries. Pick this villager off, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Don't lose this Sphinx, though. Alright. Guess the Pharaoh's to stop gathering. He can go forward here. I don't know if Entropic has any... Yeah, he doesn't know this army's coming forward, but this army is not in a good spot. Yeah, you gotta push this. Keep this one back. Heal him up. Yeah, you gotta run. Surround with the spears, though. Get all the way around him. Oh, he's just gonna shift out. There really was no reason for Jskillz to be in that position. As we see the Eclipse get used a little prematurely, I would say. You don't want to push into all of these heroes. Now you just plant the... send the Sphinx down here. You know all the heroes are up here. Send the Sphinx down here. Yes, he's doing that. You make all these idle. But don't go too far in. The spheres are way too far in, though. He's going to lose all his spheres and not kill much. Does he have enough to kill this town center, though? Oh, these spears went way too far in. They all died for no reason. This attack actually is... Oh, don't lose your mills. You gotta just keep this up. You're gonna lose another Sphinx. This isn't going well for Entropic here. Yeah. I mean, it does cause a lot of idle villager time, but wasn't the attack that he would have liked to have, as he loses another Sphinx back here. This could have gone so much better for him. Oh, but now the Pharaoh's out. Pharaoh's caught out. There's just not enough spears, though. They're going to lose so many of them again. Oh, run these priests back. Yeah, if I'm Jskillz, I'm pretty happy with what's going on right now. Entropic has lost all of his Sphinx. Has lost all of his spearmen. And his 2 town centers to 1. Only behind 7 villagers, not the end of the world, but these attacks didn't go how he wanted. Though we do now have a bit of an awkward timing for transition to gold. But with this obelisk, you can see where the army is. Doesn't have to worry too much. But, oh, how much food do we have here? Oh, he's sending some villagers down. There's like 70 food these guys are carrying. They're just going to lose it all. Oh, watch out. Ooh, that was a nice special. Oh, gotta get him out, though. There we go. Yeah, Chrono Jskillz. But to go back a little bit, while we have a little bit of a lull, I guess you could say, in the fighting, Entropic did very well to push. He basically split the heroes away from the Sphinx But then there was no reason to run the spearmen all the way in. The spearmen just basically needed to do like defense, push them all in, and then just guard here. And then the Sphinx could come down here, and then you'd also just move the spearmen down here. But instead, the spearmen just kind of suicided underneath the town center and the towers and all died. And then the Sphinx kind of died at the town center, and now we're at where we're at. And I don't know if there's enough to kill all of the Wadgets, although this guy going to the front of the line probably isn't the best. Oh, this is some questionable micro here, but... Okay, run the spears away. Okay. This is still going well, I suppose, for Entropic, but it probably shouldn't be. Yeah, Jskillz really shouldn't have been behind here. He should have had enough to defend that, but his Wadgets just weren't in position. Actually, though, what's really hurting Jskillz is just the lack of walls. Oh, he aged up via Sekhmet. That's what happened. I mean, he probably thought that maybe Entropic would sit back since the Sphinx Rush failed and decided he could age up. But that was clearly the wrong decision because now he's just way behind. I thought if he would have put that 1,300 resources into an army, he would have defended this and then been okay. But the reason he should have put walls up here is because he's up against a faster unit comp. And the Wadgets are slow. Don't move fast. So, yeah, just wall this so that you have the Wadgets can be protected behind the walls and do what ranged units need to do, which is hide. I mean, even here, wall this off. I would probably wall this off. And then you're probably going to put a Migdol up, yeah. We've got Sobek coming up over here. Replacement for Hathor. Hathor no longer exists. She got voted off the island. Oh, we do have an Entropic in the chat. No, wait a minute. You have one R in your name and then 2 on Twitch. I don't like that. Could be a imposter. Again, these Wadgets are just the front line, and they shouldn't be. Oh man, that's a good locust. If we could just get like one Sphinx special on the rest of these. Oh, he tried. He tried to run a Sphinx in, but missed it. Died too quick. Oh, but there's so many almost dead villagers here. Jskillz will hold this, I think, eventually. Unless we've got a ton of resources coming. I guess we could look at Entropic's view. And nah, he doesn't have any reinforcements coming. Neither player's getting relics either. Makes me sad. Again, the lack of walling is kind of hurting. This rock on top of the cliff. Kind of hurting Jskillz in his defending here. And now, kind of good to position these units here because it'll cut off, you know, the reinforcements back and forth. I'd love to see some more of those Betsuchos. Though I don't know if we're going to see any. Yeah, the initial push was good. Just sending all the spearmen in to die was bad, and then just ruined the entire push, because then you just had undefended Sphinx that couldn't quite kill the town center. And in the end, you probably didn't gain anything from that. But now, Jskillz is way behind. And really, given how the game has gone, he shouldn't be in the position that he's in, because the Sphinx attack didn't work. And so then it should lose to town center at that point. But sometimes, though, being on the aggression, forcing mistake, it causes the opponent to make mistakes, so it's kind of worth it. Even if it doesn't quite work, you're still like messing up the opponent, so it's good anyway. He's stuck. he's so stuck. Body blocked by a bunch of fat villagers. If I were Entropic, I'd wall this off too. If I were either player, wall. Walls are great. Oh, we have a shifting sands where it's coming right here. Ooh, I like this. That's just a lot of resources put into a shifting sands. A lot of favor. Okay. It would be nice to, yeah, move some of them. I guess they're kind of running the wrong way, aren't they? So they're all going to die. Nice shift. 50 favor. You'd like to have the favor for something else. You know, that's kind of because for some reason Jskillz went forward with his army early when he shouldn't have. But I don't think he can defend this. Heavy chariots, though, they do some damage. All right, get him up here. You got to defend quick here. There's time's kind of the essence. Oh, but he can't kill the siege because these villagers are almost dead already. So, yeah, the siege here is going to be scary. Because he has nothing to kill it. And again, no walls, so your ranged units just, yeah, can't do anything. And in the end, we ended up with the kind of close vill count, but just an awkward game where, I mean, seeing the game unfold, you know, you can kind of tell where things went right or went wrong. Entropic made some early mistakes with the attack, but then Jskillz it kept him off balance, I think. And then the quick heroic, probably not the right thing because, you know, he ages up and then has to move off of his resources. But here's the other thing too, is that even with a second town center, he's still way behind in resources the entire game. Mainly because he couldn't get a gold mine, so he couldn't rain because he couldn't afford the farms. So he was kind of stuck. I mean, you want to get a nice farm if you have 2 town centers, and he never could do that. Maybe not the map to do a 2 town center on because you don't have a safe second gold mine. I mean, yeah, his second gold mine here and here. Grabbing a town center doesn't help either of those cases. So, game 2, Entropic ties it up. Whether you have 1R or 2, no one knows in his name. But we have 1-1, which makes this a best of 3 essentially now. 1-1. I'm sure I want to quit. Yes, I want to quit. 1, 2, 3. Open. We'll do what we do best, which is fast forward the archaic age. And we've got, okay, Jskillz is trying his Ra again on, we look like we're on Oasis. This is a very traditional Ra map with the low resources. And Entropic, because he won, does have to switch to a new god and is playing Zeus. Zeus versus Ra on Oasis. Somebody somewhere has probably done the math. I'm not sure if it's worth it to empower your monument here. Because you are losing a decent amount of food. But then you do get to send your priest forward, and the opponent will hopefully get fewer goats, that's kind of hard to quantify. I mean, theoretically, every goat you get that the opponent doesn't is a 600 food swing. So it'll hard to say, especially if he goes up here, gets this, and sends them back. So probably worth it in this case, where he's now found, you know, five goats. It's just hard to quantify, you know, the resources. Uh-oh, he might not get them in the end. Oh, this kind of, yeah, I don't know if you'd say bad luck, but it is bad luck that the goats got caught just in time. So actually, Entropic will probably end up getting all of his goats. He got, what relic does he got here? Pegasus Scout. It's really nice to get his Ra, actually, the free Pegasus Scout. We have a quick Athena, 350 Athena, so see what Entropic's got going on over here. Nothing yet. Other than idle villagers. They don't know what they're doing either. What are we doing? We aged up with Athena. We building the town center? What are we doing here? And we are. So why age up so quickly then? If you still have to wait. I mean, we're a full minute into the age up now, and we're just starting in the town center. You know, maybe you age up quickly to make the enemy think you're doing a like Athena rush. You know, all mind games. Similarly, we've got a pretty late town center from Entropic as well. Again, he's not empowering with the Pharaoh. I don't really understand why you wouldn't empower with the Pharaoh. That extra build rate is so good. I mean, look at, he's really not even empowering that many villagers anyways. We have a nice Sphinx here. Is it going to be doing enough? Oh, it's gonna get caught. Oh no! Oh, does kill a Vill, but needed to get out. There's no need to quite rush it there either. You know, like, wait for the other Sphinx to get there too before going melee with the first Sphinx. Like, run in, do your special because that does a ton of damage. Run out. You know, maybe path around this way so the other Sphinx can come in this way. And then you kind of put the one hero in kind of a bad position. But instead we get one Sphinx runs in, dies, the other Sphinx comes in too late, and then can't attack, and when we only have, it only does one, you know, one kills one villager. So kind of a waste of your Eclipse there, if you're Jskillz. This does have Sacred Cats. I always forget the Sacred Cats just like generally does resources now, like all food. Do we have husbandry? We do have husbandry. Drop sites are cheaper. Walls are stronger. Temple improvements cheaper. Not a whole lot of good relics here. Nothing to really get excited about. One thing I would say though about Sphinx raiding. I don't know if I would raid with Sphinx before they get some of their upgrades. They're just a little bit of a clunky unit, kind of fat. I don't know what these villagers are doing. They're easy to pick off. I guess Zeus does have slow heroes, so you aren't quite as worried about the lack of speed. But yeah, I would like to get these upgrades before. We're just playing a booming game here. So you get still no speed. Like this Sphinx should die. We could trap this Sphinx pretty easily. I would have let the Sphinx run in through here and then just attacked him with the villagers to get the snare, rather than just try to like put a building there, or you know, garrison and pop a villager over. I think with some good management there, the Sphinx would have been dead. Let's get, we have what, 4 Sphinx on the field now? 4 Sphinx, but a couple of them got to get healed up a little bit. Again, we also don't have the last upgrade for them. Now we've got our rain. Sphinx running through. This one too, like, These Sphinx should be getting picked off and getting killed. Send the villagers over here. Kill it. Would have liked to have killed that one too. It's really good, like, with these, like, singular raiding units, is to garrison villagers and hop back and forth quick to get, like, an attack off on them to slow them down. Especially with your Sphinx that are just kind of a bulky unit. We've got a Apollo coming up, and then we've also got Sobek for our raw player. We did have the rain get used. 2 Sphinx here. Still no 3rd Sphinx upgrade, though. You really miss that speed. Oh, Entropic is seemingly... okay. Not the greatest of reactions, but that kills a Vil. Just away. Oh, no. Heracles playing defense on the way out. But this pressure is giving Jskillz time to just do whatever he wants on his side of the map. We might be in for a bit of a longer game here. Oh, why'd you do what? Yeah, kill it. Fuck! Why did you run away from it? Oh. Can we get some walls, though?
You need to.
Also, our second gold upgrade is probably about the first thing to get when you age up. Heavy elephants? This guy's a madman. I like the garrisoning, though, into the Migdal. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but then you can't see them. And we've got some heavy elephants in here. That there's no vision of that. Now, it's a long way for these fat elephants to walk before they do anything. So I don't really know what the end goal is here for Jskillz. He's getting a wall on this side of the map. I would like, I guess, well, you get your easy wall in first and then kind of expand. But yeah, it would be nice to get this wall here. And then wall this over here.
Into you. In wedge.
This is a... what is he going to do with all these? Ooh, did the scouts see? I don't think the scouts saw them. What is Entropic building? Hoplites, they don't necessarily counter the elephants a ton. You know, kind of a soft counter in a way. A lot of very useless peltasts with what we've got going on. The spearmen run forward and will just die and take a lot of damage. If as a player you're going to send units forward without having line of sight of where they're going, you'd better pay very close attention to them.
Into you.
Otherwise, you look away for 4 or 5 seconds and you can lose a ton here. Does he do a rock drop? Like, I would like do a rock drop with this, but the rock's out of the way. Like, why wouldn't you? The rock has 5 speed. The elephants have 2.9. You should be putting them in the rock. Flying them over here and here and dropping them off. Like, you could almost coax the enemy army out by showing here, falling back, flying the rock over, and then dropping the elephant off behind. And that would be pretty good, I think, for Jskillz. But instead, now he's just going to come forward slowly with his surprise army. And what do we got? Here's our first fight here. Okay. Oh, Locust, not the right direction. Probably should have just done it straight back. And Entropic runs back. The Locust doesn't. No, Locust flying. This way, I don't mind using the Locust, but maybe you got to predict a little bit better there. I would probably just wait to let's attack. Okay. Quite the battle. We got the Sarissa Hoplites. Got quite a few mana core. I don't know if there's enough like pushing power here. Maybe. Well, maybe there is. These elephants just live forever. There's not enough hoplites. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, this is a ton of hit points right here. We're looking at 630 hit points per elephant. And, these Peltas aren't doing a whole lot. Really need the Prodromos here. The Prodromos is what you need. And this is a good push for Jskillz. I thought the elephant would take too long to get across the map, but Entropic just never saw it ahead of time. Like, if you would have seen these elephants ahead of time, it's kind of an easy play. You throw down 4 stables and hurry up and get some Prodromos out. But now, these villagers forward farming, you hate to see it. And Jskillz is in a good spot here with this big attack that Entropic just wasn't ready for. I don't see many elephants get used generally. So this is a nice play here because it's not something that I think would be expected by the opponent. And if the opponent doesn't expect it, it's going to work most times. The villager. I don't know if you quite want to push here, though. You probably just come over here and get on the gold mine, and then you win. But there's so many Pasuchos here, I don't know if you can even get enough heroes to kill them. Yeah, the elephants coming in. Peltas probably don't have to run as much as they did, but yeah, there's just nothing for the elephants. You need Prodromos, and there are none. I don't see a way back here for Entropic. He just clearly did not expect the heavy war elephant. Can't blame him. I wouldn't have. But it's where, though, you gotta find out what your enemy's doing. You gotta have something forward to see what's going on. I know he sent his scout in, it died. But you still gotta go forward. We're going for 1, 2, 3, 4 town centers, and Entropic could probably resign. I don't think there's anything he can do here. He's got 2 farmers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's lit. Is that you gotta be able to see what the opponent is doing. Otherwise, you're literally just guessing. And if you guess wrong, you end up with what you've got here. And it's, a bit of a steamroll. Because, yeah, just all Prodromos would solve this problem. Instead, we went into a lot of Peltas, I guess not a lot of Chariot Archers. And Prodromos counter Chariot Archers anyway. But having said that, we have Restoration used well after it really matters. Jskillz did do a good job hiding his elephants in the Migdols. Would have liked to have seen him just fly them across the map in the rock. To prevent them further from being seen. But he did well there, so... on one hand, you can say, you should have scouted it. On the other hand, you can say, well, he did try. His scout came in and died. But maybe try a little harder there. But well done by Jskillz in a kind of a booming map that turned into... quite the advantage here. Still not I guess I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to Greek versus Ron, like an Oasis map here. I just don't know if you even can match 2 town center builds here. I think maybe if you just do a standard Athena rush, attack the town center and then try to block the gold, you're probably in a better spot than trying to match town center boom, would be my thought. And Jskillz takes game 2. Well, right, if you get there, though, I think the heroic timing. Yeah, I don't know. But I haven't played it enough. I mean, when I play, I just do one town center and I just attack. So, yeah, there's a lot of food though here. You also have a more expensive town center as far as gold. So, like when I see the opponent, the Egyptian here, going to a second town center, he's really starving himself on food. Or gold, I mean, because you're putting 550 of your starting 3,000 into your town center right away. You got a few other things you got to make. I mean, farms as well, um, temple, priests, units. So I don't. I think even on Oasis, which doesn't have a ton of hunt, I still think you can do like some sort of Athena push into that. But who knows? We'll load a replay and go to game 4, right? Best of 5 Entropic, kind of our number 2 seed here, is on the ropes. And Entropic is back to Thor. Are we on Ghost Lake? I think we are. This is such a classic Norse like mirror match here. Thor versus Odin on Ghost Lake. I feel like I've seen this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Underworld play? See, I don't know. I still like the one town center on a map like that, where the town center that he grabs doesn't protect a gold mine at all. I feel like the one town center, like classical age, it's hard to argue against the Toxotes Hoplite combo. Classical fight, but I don't know. I think if you're playing odds, I'm still talking about the Oasis game, not this one. I think if you're playing odds, like what is your percent chance of winning, just purely not even thinking of what was going to happen in game, but just into it, is your one town center push is probably better. Yeah, but see, you prevent that. You're attacking and hitting the Migdol. Or if, like, because the Migdol has to be built in the base. And then it's just out of position. I think, I don't know, I don't know if you would get to the mass. Because again, you're still starving yourself so much of resources. If you've only got 3,000 gold in your base, and now you're making a Migdol and a town center, you've only got 2,000 gold, not even that, to make an army. I mean, you could sell resources, but that stinks. I don't know if you can get to the point where you have enough. Or then if you're worried about chariots, just go Hippicon. Oh, there's a question. When does the second season of Athenian League start? There's no specific date, but I am looking at probably end of January. So we're hoping that this league will end probably next week. Will be the finals. Would be my hope. And now we get through Christmas season, a little bit of a downtime, get into the new year, give myself a little bit of a a break. Not that it's a ton of work, but it's a little bit of work. And nice to have a bit of an off season, so to speak. So yeah, I'm thinking about probably January, end of January would be my guess. Okay, we can slow it down now. Forest fire. Just willy-nilly. I feel like forest fire is kind of disappointing and retold. Like, it doesn't damage units very much. It doesn't damage buildings very much. You basically just use it to burn a forest. It's just disappointing. I wish there was some more, like, tactical benefit to it, where it does more damage. Like, I don't even know if it kills, like, a house. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, if you do that, it's good, but, I mean, well, you sure can't do that this game anymore. Oh, wait, no, you're not. Never mind, you're blue. You're not the one that just kind of blew forest fire and, like, no reason. Forest fire is kind of one of those things, though, that it's in a way almost more value, like, not using, especially against like, say, a Greek, where a Greek is going to abuse the Toxotes and put them up against forests and stuff. Like, as long as you have that forest fire in your pocket, the Greek player kind of has to think about that and just never go up against forests. Which I guess once he does, then you can use forest fire. But and yeah, you can get it to go through like a wall segment. You're right. But yeah, forest fire. What is it? Boyd's kind of favorite thing to imagine. Forest fire. I mean, you can't imagine, but it's just so hard to get the best forest fire. I would like it to do more damage to buildings. I don't know why it got cut down so much against buildings. But anyway, what do we got here? We got almost kind of like a raiding cavalry versus raiding cavalry matchup here in a game where your Thor is going to be a little bit ahead because of armories. The dwarves that come from the armories. Now we're out of gold. Oh, this is not... Wait a minute here. Oh, that's so weird. So the horses could like attack through this, but couldn't actually move. This is not good for Jskillz here, though. Like, he's kind of... Yeah, he is very badly trapped. He's gonna lose all of his raiding cavalry, or most of them. And kind of... Oh, nice path blocking here. Oh, they can fit through! Oh, he missed it. But forest fire the front, though. I mean, this is another one, too. If you're just going to throw forest fire on a forest, why do it on the back one? Now, you could also argue, then, that if he wouldn't have forest fired this one, all of these villagers on wood would just be back here, which would be true. But at least if you forest fire this, there's easy access in and out here. So, just kind of... Forest fire is one of those god powers that is very easy to waste. And it's a lot harder to use effectively. This is the stupidest tree line I've ever seen. Jskillz is just getting picked apart here. He's fighting... He's so far behind in techs. Yeah, he's a whole armory line and an upgrade behind. Like, he can't fight this. I mean, he even has numbers, and he still can't fight this. I don't know why Entropic pulled away there. He should have just stayed and fought. We get the fight in the middle of the ice. Get these four. Yep, come on over. Yeah, no, you gotta see. As Jskillz here, I'm 4 techs behind. I can't take this fight. We do though from Jskillz have 3 Valkyries, which help, but I guess they are getting picked off by the Hersier. And well, I guess there's 3 Valkyries from Entropic, but yeah, this is just absolute bloodshed. And the typical Norse war, it's over before it begins kind of a thing. I'm no Norse expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I would say you can't do this. You can't just match fights against the Thor here. But what do you do, though? I guess I'm not sure. I haven't played nearly enough Norse to... I wouldn't have really known the matchup, I guess, in Legacy, but certainly I don't know it in Retold. But I guess you could look at this game and say, well, don't do that. It was not good. I also don't think you can't raid until you have Thundering Hooves, right? Like he was slow to attack to the point by the time he did attack, Entropic had defending raiding cavalry, and because of snare, you're going to have a defender's advantage, in which case you got to be able to get away. But yeah, he's aging up. What is it, like almost a whole minute ahead, but not doing anything with it. You know, even fights, it looks like on paper, you know, it's an even fight, but he's 4 technologies down. 3, I guess the Pierce Armor one doesn't matter. He's 3 technologies down, and that ends up with what we've got here. The civilian units behind, not terribly behind. Way behind in eco though. I don't know if he should be this far behind. Is 500 resources behind at 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 400 resources? That seems like a little too much, even up against the Thor, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I guess you're 4 villagers up at this point, so maybe. But anyway, we go to an all-important game 5 here. It's all down to this. Hopes and dreams of becoming a pro player just rely on this game here. It's a Loki and Isis match. Who's the Loki? Who's the Isis? Entropic's the Loki. Is the blue. And Jskillz is Isis. Isis versus Loki. Thank you, Aluminum. I like to think I look good too. Which this brings up an interesting, I guess, question to me. So, with the way, assuming that the rules were followed, is that Jskillz would have picked the map, Entropic picked his god, Loki, and then Jskillz picks his god, with the ability to essentially kind of counterpick, I suppose. Do you want to pick Isis into Loki? And I guess now we kind of talk about, well, how, you know, we're not talking top level players. How many gods do these players necessarily have in their, you know, their repertoire that they can play? Like, I would be more tempted to do like Set here than Isis, but then again, Set is a little bit more of a complicated god to play, whereas Isis is a little bit more straightforward. But I would want to see who texted me. Is what I want to see right now. Just a thank you. You're welcome. But that's what I mean, Entropic, is that he doesn't know how to play Set. Or if he does, he doesn't know how to play it very well. as we just sit here and looking at the hunt. I'm overall not super happy with how Jskillz has been like hurting his hunt though.
In wedge.
Like what's gonna happen now? Like we needed to get one villager to shoot it this way. And now we're gonna have all of them attack at the same time. I mean it's not huge, and then this one gets killed at a terrible spot. But this is not, I guess he's just gonna run away. But yeah, not super great on the herding here. Now he's gonna come all the way forward to these giraffe. And Entropic, what do we got going on? Just your typical archaic age stuff. Have I tried Loki? No, I have not. No, I've basically just Greek and Egyptian is all I've played. Okay, let's slow it down at normal speed. Look at all these giraffes. This is, I would say, going to be a fight over the hunt right here, or of course this hunt here. So if I'm either player here, I'm going hard on the classical age fighting. We've got a kind of a slow advance for 40. I'd like to see that faster. That's too slow. It's 445. That's way too slow. You can't let you get. Don't run though. There's no need to run from this. I almost feel like the game is lost here with this slow age up. Because now he's on to slower gathering berries with a lot of wasted walking time to the giraffe and a lot of wasted walking time back. I mean, we're talking, I guess I didn't count how many seconds it took, but we're probably talking a loss of like 200 resources from here walking to here, and you can't afford that at 5 minutes into the game.
Yo.
Which then I ask, why in the world did he advance so slowly? Like, there's no reason. You can get a 4-minute advance pretty easily, even with a monument, right? And now he's going into a huge prosperity. He's killing all the giraffes. What a jerk. He's trying for a heroic. I don't know if this was his plan to begin with, or just just decided to do that because of what happened. I gotta think that was maybe his plan to begin with, which I don't agree with the plan. You gotta fight it. You gotta fight over the hunt, because you know this is the important part for him. You know, you defend your hunt, counterattack, and attack his hunt. I like Egyptian into Norse. Even Isis, I would like. A little bit harder than like a normal one because you do get Hall of Thanes for the Herseer. I think Hall of Thanes still makes them faster. But yeah, I would stay classic here. Get 2 monuments.
You need to.
But yeah, he's farming. It's 7 minutes. That's not good. Farming at 7 minutes with 2,100 food, literally just outside his base that he can't use. Entropic's also going for kind of a semi-quick heroic. Too many hearse are here to do like an Ancestors Eclipse. Maybe if these units were forward, you could do it. There would be, oh, there's a lot. Do we have Axeman from Jskillz coming forward?
Go into you.
There's a window here. I mean, it does go down to that Jskillz doesn't know if Entropic's massing an army or going heroic. But there's a window right here where he could have sent his army forward with Ancestors Eclipse and probably done pretty well. Or do it now. He sees the the Hersier are all chasing over here. Entropic's kind of misplayed this right now, but we need to get on the units. Oh, that was the wrong side of the villagers. You need to cast it up here. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Jskillz fan, this is just a little bit botched. I don't even know if he killed a villager. There was so much opportunity for him right there, and he just lost it. He let him, all the villagers just slipped through his fingers. I mean, now he's running with the slow Scorpion Man and losing his Sphinx. Looking for the villagers. Are they all hiding in the town center? I mean, it's still a lot of idle time, but... Okay, I guess he does only lose one, but... This could have switched it around a lot for Jskillz here. He had the opportunity to kill so many villagers. Cast Ancestor's Eclipse up here. You got your Scorpion Man on the villagers. The Sphinx could come down. You could trap the villagers whether they go this way or this way. Instead, he cast it on this side of the villagers and just wasted it. So now he's got to face a Flaming Weapons push.
In which?
He's ahead by one villager. Military count is pretty even. The raiding cavalry, not quite where you want them. Loses one. Going forward to raid because we do have a gold mine timing. No. Flying camels. Clearly going to this gold mine. You know, seeing the units here tells me, yeah, okay, he's on this gold mine. What do I do with that knowledge? I'll chase these raiding cavalry and maybe kill them. I'll get the one that's almost dead, but I guess he'll kill them all. Oh, no, kill it! Oh. Oh, well. There he goes. Still pretty close. If I'm Jskillz here, I'm scared of the Flaming Weapons push. I would maybe sit back a little bit. You almost got to use it now. Yeah, now retreat. If you're Jskillz. Don't fight this. Why are you fighting this? Oh, why did he fight that? I don't know. Just retreat to your Migdol. Waste the time. So now there's still 30 seconds left, and now he can sit on the Migdol, and you're going to lose more units. I shouldn't have fought that. Oh, this was a fantastic spawn here, though, because it blocked the Pharaoh and the elephants from retreating. Oh. Well, if you're Jskillz, yes, if you're Entropic, because there is opportunity here for Jskillz, and now I think it's just over at right now. Just the two big mistakes, you can't make them in a game with power spikes. Yeah, the Migdol's going to go down, and Jskillz is going to be blocked from all resource gathering. No more food, and that's it. Entropic does take game 5, takes the series. Well played by Entropic there. Give Entropic his 3 wins. Moves on in the series. Why is it taking so long to load? There we go. 3, 2. Opportunities lost here for Jskillz. Opportunities lost. And nice punishment by Entropic, and nice job getting his villagers out without dying. But like, if you go all the way back and you kind of consider what did Jskillz want to do, is it seemed like he very clearly wanted to do fast heroic the whole game, in which case, why did he come to this hunt to begin with? He wasted so much time running up here just to go sit on the berries just to A-job. So why go up there anyway if that's your plan? In which case, if that is your plan, the slow advance isn't bad, but don't go forward. And then just missed the opportunity. He did a really nice job, and Jskillz did, by luring the Herseer away with the Sphinx, then just be faster with your Ancestor's Eclipse. Cast it here. Get your Axeman forward. It could have killed so many units. So yeah, opportunities missed by Jskillz, and then he just fought a fight he didn't need to fight right in the middle of the map against flaming weapons. Should have just retreated. But well done by Entropic there. Gets what he needs done. Wins the series. Just not good. Here's what you do. Right here. If you're Jskillz. You've got him on the back foot with your myth units. You've kind of got control of the map. What I always like to do, and I would very much suggest this if you're playing against a Norse that has flaming weapons, is give yourself a retreat path through a wall with a gate. So probably Jskillz either here to here, or here to here, and then here to here, put up walls with gates while he had control of the map. And then force out the flaming weapons like he did here, and then you have your retreat path that you can get away from the flaming weapons without losing units. You'll waste his flaming weapons. By the time you would get down here, he'd maybe have 10 seconds left, which gives you long enough to not fight until flaming weapons is done. I mean, path blocking is huge for like those narrow god power timing windows where you put up just some stupid siege workshop foundations, and if it slows him down 5 seconds, that's huge. So kind of always, and kind of the difference between an average player and a great player is the ability to look ahead, think ahead, and like tactically, strategically think, well, this is going to happen later on in the game, so I have to have this prepared. But that's the stuff that you should always be looking for is things like that. Your retreat pass. Can I force out a fight? Force him to use a god power, then retreat. Make him waste it. You probably could here if you're Jskillz, but it takes some forward preparation. So, it might not work. In the end, it might not matter. In some games, you make all your preparation, it just doesn't help. But then the games that you do prepare and it does help, then yeah, you're in a good spot. But hey, fun series, fun games. Well done to Jskillz for putting up a big fight, but didn't quite make it. So even better, well done to Entropic, who moves on in the playoffs. And I believe his opponents are being determined right about now in their series that they're playing. And we will move on and hopefully get the semifinals this weekend and then the finals some point after that. So I'm going to wander off and thank all of you who stayed to watch, which isn't a ton of people, but that's okay. And that's going to be it. So bye now. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch all of you